This is the RF Wedge Pack. Available in color options of black or white, this full package comes with 6 extremely bright RF Wedge par wash lights, an extremely durable rolling flight case that has a charging strip inside to charge all of the lights, and then all of the included accessories like 6 long distance RF remotes, 6 light clamps to truss mount your lights, and charging cables for all of your lights. On the front of the flight case we have 2 butterfly locks where you can also run a small padlock through if you want to lock your case fully. There are also 2 carry handles on each side, so transporting with another person is very easy to do. The case itself is very durable and made from aluminum and plywood, so it can take a beating and still protect your lights. We actually filmed a drop test for this package, so let's go check that out now.
What's up guys, so here I have my RF Wedge pack with 6 of my lights inside, all turned on and working great. But let's say you're heading to a gig or event, you grab in your case, one thing leads to another, it's very windy, so you lose control and your case falls. Not to worry though, because this thing is super duper durable. See, as we're lifting up, barely a scratch. And if we go ahead and open it up to check on our lights, you'll see that they're all working fine. See, no damage at all. They're all working great. You can keep carrying on, head to your gig or event as if nothing ever happened.
On the top of the case you'll notice these 4 grooves, and that's because the case is stackable, so you can easily transport 1, 2, or 3 of these cases at the same time. On top of that, all of the 4 wheels swivel for increased maneuverability around corners and in tight hallways, and 2 of the wheels lock so it'll stay in place while you are charging or getting set up. Inside the case are 6 RF Wedge par lights, RF remotes to control all 6 of the lights, and then on the other side of each light is the charging cable to charge the lights in the case. Over here we have the charging cable that plugs out of the case and into the wall so we can charge all the lights. And running through the middle of the case is the power strip, which is where each light plugs into to charge them. You'll notice each of the 6 slots have high density shockproof foam to keep the lights nice and protected in their slots. And the top lid is also padded, which keeps the tops of the lights nice and protected during transport. So let's set up all the lights for charging. So each light has its own charging cable. So what you're going to want to do is take your light, take the charging cable, plug it into the light over here, then take the male end and run it straight into the power strip. After you have all of the 6 lights plugged into the power strip, you're going to take the case charger, plug it into this slot over here, and then take the male end and plug it right into the wall for power. The last step is to just turn it on, and you'll notice each of the lights charging LED indicators come on. Now this is super important to note. The RF Wedge lights have some of the biggest batteries on the market. They are 7,800 mAh batteries, which means you need to keep this top lid open whenever you are charging so the lights get proper ventilation. On top of having great battery life with 24 hours for a single color, the RF Wedges are RGBWA+UV lights where the included RF remote gives you a lot of control over the functionalities like different colors, different modes like auto fade, snap, sound, and strobe mode. The RF Wedge has a RF remote instead of an IR remote. This is important because the RF remote has a long range of around 50 to 100 feet depending on the area. The RF signal goes through walls and is not line of sight or directional. What this means for you is that if you have 6 of these lights set up, you can just hit red once or twice from one remote and all of the lights will change at the same time without having to run to each light and point the remote at it. There are also 2 different RF channels if you want to control 2 separate groups of lights from the same remote. The RF Wedge lights also feature a tri-mode switch. The modes of the switch are RF mode, master mode, and slave and DMX mode. In RF mode, the light will react to the remote as explained before. Once a light is set, you can set it to be a master light, which means the remote will not control that light any longer, but it will still leave the color/effect you set it to. You can then set the other lights to slave mode and set them to the same wireless channel color, and they will copy the settings from the master light, whether it is in sound activated mode, static color, or any other preset. This 3-way switch gives us multiple different control options for how we can set our lights. Firstly, we can set it in slave DMX mode, where we can use a wired or wireless DMX controller to control the lights in either 6-channel DMX or 10-channel DMX modes. And hitting the wireless button here allows you to select a wireless channel, and then you can connect the light to a wireless DMX controller or to another light through a 2.4 GHz wireless connection. Secondly, when we set the light to RF remote mode, you can use the RF wedge lights using only the RF remote, and you get 2 RF channels if you want to set different lights on 2 different groups. And thirdly, if we want to use the light in master slave mode only, you can set any light to RF mode and then set it to a color or a preset mode you want, then change the switch on that light to master and set all of the other switches on the other lights to slave, and they will copy the same exact settings displayed on the master light as long as they are all on the same wireless channel. You can have up to 7 different groups of master slave lights. And because the RF wedge has rubber feet on the bottom, you can use it for wall washing and uplighting, or use it with the included light clamp to hang it from a truss. You can also use them on the inside of a totem or to illuminate a DJ facade. So the RF wedge pack black and white are great systems for transporting and charging efficiently the RF wedges that come preloaded inside of them. So whether you are a DJ or you have an entertainment company, or you're just looking for an all-in-one package that has 6 rechargeable RF par wash lights and a charging case to charge them, look no further than the RF wedge pack black and white from Rockville.